Good night, good night, good night, good night, good night. We are back. Ireland fans is back. And you know, I'm in a buoyant mood tonight. Probably not so much more. Maybe Sukwa on a different level because he's just going around the place stealing everybody's transfers. Maybe that, but Selo is definitely us. Munchie, who said I think he said he's gonna be late or what, I don't really know. But he's in the comments already. So to try and declare that he is not running because City lost, keeping up with his reputation. But as Munchie's in the comments. Good night to you, Munchie. Good night to you, fellas. Sukwa,
Yes,
Moy,
yes.
Cello. How things?
Well, thank God for life. Don't know.
Yeah, always,
Yeah,
always.
same, same.
Things
Yo,
good.
Moy, why you so quiet, bro? What you say?
I'm good. I'm good.
Okay, all right. We were just before we came on to the show there, we were talking about the offside in the Manchester derby. But we're gonna shelve that, and we're gonna deal with that when we get to the Manchester United game. We're gonna try to give Munchie some time to make it if he's coming. I guess you tell us that he's in the comment. But let's start here, guys. Just looking at Alan Shearer's team of the week. Anybody you think he omitted, or anybody think you would put in there? How does that look for you? In my mind, that looks fair.
Yeah, that looks good too.
Luke should never do nothing.
I was just about to say that.
Hmm. So who would you put in front of Luke Shaw? Yes,
I don't
that's
know.
what,
I watch no more football for the rest of the week. Well,
uh,
I
oh,
like
boy, honestly, man, okay, well, yes, okay, but honestly, more, I know how that feeling go, especially when you play the first game of the weekend.
Listen to me,
But
right?
go ahead, let me take this down.
Luke, Luke didn't really have such a great game for him to end the team of the week. You
I mean,
understand?
he's out of position.
But
I mean,
if
you can
that's
say
his
I look
team,
at it, maybe he
that's what
won
I'm
his
saying.
individual battle. Maybe that's why he's in there. You don't know. Um, but I just want to make okay, Cello, Aiden healing you up, Cello, my G.
Blessed go, love.
No, you better not go against Luke Shaw. I'll find you and I'll give you a ticket. Aiden, Aiden. Guys, I want us to just highlight Mitoma. He made the team of the week, and if we're being honest, even Solly Marshu, we've been doing very well. He's
He's
Yeah.
scoring
been
last
going
goals
good
of
now.
the week. But
That
this,
guy been doing real good.
but Mitoma, man, over these past couple of weeks, he's been balling.
Mm.
He's been balling just quietly, and this is the thing that Brighton does, because I'm pretty sure we can go around Brighton's team and like, yo, that's a good pickup. Yo, that's a good pickup. Even at a certain start in one of these big teams, someone who can hold their own. You look at McAllister. You look at
Yeah.
what's his name, Caicedo, who of course Chelsea wants to. You
Mhm.
look at Mitoma. March has been quietly doing this for a couple of seasons. He's
Mhm.
always been solid. You look at Ben White, who went for 50 million in recent times.
Mhm.
Bissouma. They have a identity, or they
Yeah.
have they have a track record, a history of finding these gems and then buying them for like little or nothing,
Mhm.
and then selling them off for big money.
Big money. Yeah.
Brighton's doing it and look like let's touch on some transfer news.
Just now, before you go into that,
Before you
you
go to that
you
shot,
have, you have to talk about Trossard. The man even out of Brighton and the fella
Right.
scoring goals just as easy, right?
listen, right,
That,
shot.
Just as that.
go
I
ahead.
put Luke Shaw there, right? And for me, I thought Ben White had a more solid game than Luke Shaw.
Interesting.
Mhm.
If you understand what I'm saying. Even
But
that
this
guy, even the guy from Brighton, the next centre back, Caldwell or something.
for the
He
Caldwell.
had a,
Chelsea.
Yeah. Levi.
from
Yeah.
yeah, he had a very solid game. So, but
Yeah.
I'm not taking Luke Shaw out of it because he's playing out of position and
Yeah,
he's
then
actually holding his
you
own.
shut down Haaland.
He did.
More quiet, boy, more
I don't know
quiet.
about that. I don't
It
know about
wasn't
that,
the
but
case that he shut down Haaland. Haaland City just didn't get Haaland involved.
Since City shut down Haaland and now Luke Shaw.
No.
All right, okay. All right, but this Trossard thing, man, it's
Mm,
and what I like too is that both parties, you're hearing both parties side of it. I don't even know how they got there.
mm.
It
Yeah,
just seems
just
like
came out of the blue
he tried
because
to work
he came back
and he
from the
went
World
out there.
Cup, and that's it. The man came
And
back from the World Cup, and then you're just
then
saying all
he
these
can't
rumors
realize
that,
he can't
yeah,
play. And yet I think they sent him to train. He can't train with the first team either.
Yeah,
yeah,
That's mad.
but the
That's
thing is, like, so that
mhm.
mean now, Chelsea don't go buy Modric for 100 million, so buy thing 120 for Chassa.
No, I don't think they would be that crazy. I don't
I
think they're
think
that
one of the rumors I saw was that Spurs offered 12.5 million for him,
crazy.
and
Trust that.
they got that
Spurs
rejected.
can't
Yeah,
disrespect the man like that. Spurs can't
yeah.
nearly disrespect the man like that.
When you look
Spurs.
at some other rumors, well, let me not say just a rumor. It's been reported that
Mm.
Chelsea's paying Mudrick 200K a week.
Yeah, I see that too. I
Yeah.
Oh,
see that too.
when you're
Well,
on that long of a contract, it has to be up there.
mhm,
But listening to a few news, right? What they're saying now, right?
Okay.
Chelsea are paying these players this big fee, like 200 a week and those type of stuff. Okay, saying this to say, like, if things doesn't work out, it's going
Yeah.
to be a problem for them because it's going to be hard for them to ship them off because they are so
Right.
much high wages. You get me?
mm,
And,
And the thing
and
is,
so why would they move if you're on high wages?
that's what I'm saying. So saying this to
mm,
say now, okay, so for instance, if that doesn't make Champion League, that doesn't make Europe League, they put themselves in a spot now. You understand? Because they have so much young
mhm,
players that are talented, that on high wages. And the thing is now, they're not playing in no European competition. So where they're going to generate money to keep on paying these wages? So they're
mhm,
creating a whole problem for themselves. Not saying it won't work out. You understand? Not saying it
mhm.
won't work out, but just looking on it on both sides. It
All
can be a
right.
good move. It can be a problem in don't know.
All right. Sukwa. Hey, don't want to know how you spell your name. This guy.
Oh
We have
boy.
we have somebody else in the comments. Who is this guy? Yeah, so you know what? Let's get into it. Let's get into it because we got a lot of things to get through. More. Let's start out to the game. Skip. Of course, skip your game. That was first, and we deal with that at the end.
Here's the Aston Villa and the Leeds game. No, what
That
else?
was on the Friday. That was on the Friday. Yeah, you're
That
right.
was on the Friday, yeah.
Aston Villa won 2-1.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's it.
So,
Listen, I don't think there's not much to talk about that.
um, skip.
Sorry there, Moy. Only thing I remember from that is that Aston said Emery wants Guendouzi and he wants El Nene as well. I've been hearing reports of that. And if you
Yeah,
all
me do
heard,
see that report there too. Me see he interested in bringing Ganduzi back to the Prem and
right.
he's interested in Elneny.
All right, move on, Moy.
Nottingham won 2-0.
Ooh, I didn't I call Nottingham? I feel like I did.
Think so. I don't
Yeah, I
remember.
think
think
I
I
called
was the
Nottingham.
only one that go for Leicester.
I
I
think
was the
I
only one
called
that go for Leicester.
Nottingham. That was good. That was good. Oh, I was being serious, but okay, maybe you need to update the description of the video for everyone, for everyone's social. And my name is my friend. All right. You probably want, it don't want to give us a follow. Maybe next time we sign it, we will sign it
Yeah,
with our
with the
handles.
names. Okay.
Yeah, with our handles. And either can link us. No problem either. Good stuff. Yeah, more next game.
We had Wolves and West Ham. Wolves won 1-0.
I think I have the table, but West Ham is playing with fire.
Yeah.
West Ham is playing with
Big time.
fire. You can look at it really because they're
Big
down.
time.
They're down here at in 18th with 15
Yeah.
with 15
Yeah.
points.
Yeah.
West Ham playing with. Moy, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, Everton and Southampton. Southampton won 2-1.
Hmm.
Then I think Lampard is under more pressure again as we can go along with
Mm-hmm.
that one. Then you had another game, Brentford versus Bournemouth. Brentford won 2-0.
Mm-hmm.
Then you probably say the other feature game for that for on Saturday was Brighton's win against Liverpool 3-0. You know,
Oh yes.
What's
Yeah.
going on for Liverpool, brothers? What's
yeah, I
going
think
on
we
for
can.
Boy.
Liverpool? Liverpool are in real shambles, bro. I watched that game right, and the man them was all over Liverpool more. Let me say all over Liverpool. Liverpool look like the small
Yeah.
team. The man them just make Liverpool backline look like they has nobody. The midfield look like, oh my god, Liverpool needs some help,
Mm-hmm.
and very fast too.
Yeah,
So
Very fast too.
I saw Klopp came out with reports before I came on the show that he was saying that he's not going to leave unless somebody wants him to leave.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess that's some positive news for Liverpool fans still.
I personally don't think you should fire him. I personally don't
No.
think you should fire him because clubs go through this all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Clubs go through this all the time, and not because someone hits a bad spell mean that they're not good. Just allow them, especially when they've done it before. You know he has a good footballing brain. Let
Mm-hmm.
him work it out. Maybe it's players he needs. Maybe he just needs to change his philosophy a bit. Maybe he just needs to evolve. Just let
Mm-hmm.
the man work it out. That's how I look at it.
Mm-hmm. And I
I
think
think the reason
the
is
I didn't
sorry,
hear
buddy.
that. What you said again?
no, I'm saying I think they said this is the seventh season syndrome also. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Or the sixth,
Mm.
The season.
97.
Aiden is asking us, would you say it was more the players or the manager for Liverpool?
Well, Shaq, you have to remember too that Klopp doesn't have he has some injuries on his hand as well, trying to deal with. Still missing Van Dijk, which is still his best defender in the back, and then he's still missing Jota up front. He's still missing Luis Diaz. I mean,
Yeah, you're
these
missing a
guys
lot
were
of fun players.
yeah,
A lot of fun
these guys
players.
were playing pretty well before the World Cup, and then that lost. Then they got injured and then lost of form now. So
And the
I think
midfield, the
I think that
midfield is spider.
I think that's a good question that Aiden kind of touching because if we're looking at clubs and managers
yeah.
like let's say Pep and Klopp have been dominated the Premier League for a good amount of years so recently,
Mm,
and these teams have gone into a slump. Like who do we normally blame? Who we going to blame because we know that these managers are top tier managers. So I'm like, do we put the blame on the players easily
mm,
or do we still just go and blame the managers?
But in case like this, right, more most of the time the managers get the blame. You understand? Most of the you're not really
mm,
gonna find the players get blamed easily. They're gonna say, okay, the manager doing not doing this like how you used to. His tactics
mm,
like before doesn't really add up. If you understand what I'm saying.
mm,
So most
mm.
of the time you mostly find the manager get the blame. You want to really find the
Yeah.
players get blamed easily.
I wouldn't. I feel like Liverpool is going through a phase.
Mm,
I wouldn't say are the players underperforming. I mean, I can't even say they're playing badly. I don't know if I can honestly just say, okay, you know what, they're just in a slump.
mm,
I just think it's just not working for them right now. I just think just let it slide.
mm.
Honestly, I won't put the blame on the players. I won't put the blame on the manager. I was like, they're gonna fix it
Yeah.
out. They gotta figure it out. Just figure it out. And okay, no, maybe not. Maybe I would say it's more on the manager to figure it out because you have players there. Let's just find something else that works because something has to be able to work. So whether you need to
Yeah.
go to the board and say, okay, you know what, come and this is what we need, or you need to change it tactically, then maybe I'm more leaning towards the
But
manager.
the thing is right, Shaq,
Mm.
going to the board and say this is what we need. This is what most of the clubs are doing now. Just just like what Arsenal are doing. If you go identify a target and the club wanted to overpay, some clubs they set a standard and they set a level here and decide this player where okay, say for instance 70 million and decide I'm gonna pay 70 million because I'm not overpay for non player. That's their philosophy. That then go by. So as And Liverpool right now, okay, then now they need reinforcement in midfield. Okay, who proper midfield then can get out there for a decent price if that and club now go on then overpay for. All them some so clubs watch. You understand? When you invest your money, you have to make sure you invest your money in the right type of players that go fit your team style and go carry
Mm-hmm.
team to the next level. And just go by a midfielder because your team short and midfielder. Who midfielder will carry your team to the next level? You have to watch that. You go buy a midfielder and you be an upgrade to a Thiago, now and Fabinho. So one can go buy just to say buy a midfielder, then something will work. You understand?
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Aiden had another question here. Should Klopp have brought in more younger players in case it happened? Klopp has had time to do it, or is it the owners not bringing in developing players? Guys,
Like
who
and
want to take a crack at
that
it?
Aiden, that what Aiden just said just now is this morning they was talking about that too. They say Liverpool should have been mixing a lot of young players with the experience that they had. So by at this present time now, the young players would have already developed because they were mixing the old with young and the experience. You understand? So instead of buying a lot of these players, they should have mold a lot of the young ones. So they wouldn't have really have this problem at this present moment.
I do think too that the injuries to Jota, the injuries to Luis Diaz, and even to Van Dijk, even though he's having a bad season,
Yeah.
is going to take a toll on them. Jelly is in the comments. Of course, he won't be in the comments. Man said, "Boy, Shaka, you'll get blown over this weekend." Well, you see, pivot. But we have Palace first. Now think about Aya yet. Palace 3 points is almost important right now. And we're gonna get to United. We're gonna get to United because honestly, honestly, I feel like we're sleeping on United. Maybe sleeping on United. Let's go more. Let's go. Keep going through the others.
You had Newcastle and Fulham. Newcastle granted
Mm.
out a 1-0 win. And then you had
Which had that penalty where he kicked twice.
Super Chelsea winning 1-0 at home to Crystal Palace.
Mm.
So yeah, Suko, you can just sum up how you felt about that game.
Mm.
So
I think given Badishil his debut was a good move,
Yeah.
right? I think from the comments, because I didn't really watch the game per se, but I think he was a little bit nervous, which is expected. That's his first game for them, but I think he grew into the game itself, and I find probably people saying like he looked a lot more comfortable in the game than probably if you had a guy like Koulibaly at the back. So who knows? Who knows?
I mean, and
Um,
even Havertz was on the score sheet, didn't it?
yeah. So
But he
I
was
mean, but
solid, man.
Havertz, yeah, yeah. Badishiro was good at the back.
Yeah.
I saw a few highlights with him and stuff. He looked comfortable enough. And I
And
think that
so
the
what? Sell out. My ball for Charlie but cheat. You see Charlie but come in and give a solid performance on the wing back. I tell you so. Give
oh
Charlie but
Louis
the
Hall,
chance.
Louis
Eh?
Hall,
No, you say
or
Charlie back.
Charlotte.
Charlie back. Give Charlie back a chance.
Chalba, yeah. But I mean, Chalba had that. It's just the is yeah. He had a he didn't have a bad game. Coming back, but I guess the game against Fulham was just probably one of his not so best performances. But I mean, he came back. I think Havertz had about what, three chances. he had
Yesterday.
about three chances. Yeah. Of course he took one, but there were a couple sitters that he had in front of goal that he missed too. So
You won't get that from Havertz.
yeah,
Also in the
exactly.
comments, another Manchester United fan.
Well,
They're going to be here tonight.
the
Uh,
coming out boy.
Good night, good night, good night. Just reminding y'all that Manchester is red. Manchester is red. Oh, say, let me ask you an honest question. How do you feel about it though? Because I know we were talking in the group chat there. I even feel like I control the Manchester City fans because it doesn't seem like. Although I'm glad, of course, because that happened. I'm now 8 points clear. But it just didn't feel right.
Mm.
And Aiden is saying, Shaq, I don't know if you know, but if Casemiro gets a yellow against Palace,
Yes,
he's out for the
yes,
Arsenal game.
yes. That's a big.
I think he and Fred on the yellow card too.
Yeah.
We dodged a huge one. Well, we've been dodging it for a couple of weeks now because Saka, I think it's Saka and Saliba has been on 4 yellow for about three
Mm.
games now. So I'm happy that we've kept all them, especially for these last couple
Yeah.
games. Manchester, let me tell Manchester. Dale is saying City won first round, United won second round. Last time United finished in front of City was 2013. So how in the world is Manchester red? You know he wasn't going to let that slide. You know he wasn't going to let that slide. I think that's it, Moy. So I think we should touch on that game now, right? You went through all the others.
Yeah, yeah, I did. Um, yeah. So just to touch on the Manchester Derby early kickoff. Um, Early kickoff are always, you always expect some kind of shock to happen, which did
Never
happen.
trust the kicker.
I didn't really want to talk about this offside thing because I think it has just gotten exhausted and I'm just tired of it because, especially the fact that I know I can't change anything, and then that's if the FA finally comes out and realize that they made a decision, are they just going to be able to just put a statement saying, we saw that it was wrong and we apologize to Manchester City. And an apology can't do nothing at this point. I'm 8 points behind. You know, it's not a done title races yet. There's a lot of games still there to go. But during that game, City had another what do I put? A terrible first half performance. Not living up to the expectations. We didn't really create anything. The only touches I saw like Haaland getting involvement in the game is when he had to come basically close to Rodri, like he was playing CDM to get touch to the ball. We kept passing side to side for the entire first half, not really creating any chances. Foden was I can't even really say Foden didn't have a good game, but Foden was mostly just dragged wide and you know
Mm.
sorry there. Foden was
Miranda want
basically
to ask you a question.
yeah, Foden was basically just dragged wide and he couldn't get a touch at the ball. He came out pretty good second half. Like Pep gave them a really stern team talk, and you could see it because the boy started to pick up the ball. We started to run at them even more. As I would like to see what happened. Um, I was excited. I can tell you, I was really excited. My boy Jack Grealish came on, and when I saw him score, I was legit jumping for joy because, like, okay,
Mm.
this is match made in heaven. Grealish coming on, scoring in the Manchester Derby. I was really ready to talk my stuff, Saying my boy did it in the Manchester Derby, but that goal happened. That's really a momentum shift as we all can see because that's just crazy. Um, and then the second goal, I would say it's still a bit poor defending because Rashford drifted offside and came back. And I mean, when you're looking at those type of crosses, it's a rare occasion that the player is going to be offside. So I think Akanji should have kind of tried to stick back to Rashford, but nobody managed to mark him. Yeah, that's what it is. I mean, I have to give credit to United. They did play well on the counter-attacking football that they had. Rashford caused a lot of problems going on the wing.
Mm.
For what he did, they managed to get the results. They're going to talk their stuff despite however it is. But yeah, that's how it is. I really can't comment. I'm just, y'all might say I might sound a different way, but I don't really want to talk about the game because y'all already know how upset I am from Saturday
Moy,
to that.
I have
It's
one question though for you, right?
just what it is. Yeah, go ahead.
Um, did you think that Akanji more or less was playing for the flag or the offside call, which is why he didn't at least play the ball in that situation? Because I mean, basics in football is that you play to the referee's whistle, right?
Yeah.
So, so will you think probably that's something that you think he had a lapse on, also, or it's just that They just saw he just stopped running, he just stopped playing at that time.
I think so. And it's always one thing I know, even self playing football from a young age. Play until you hear the whistle.
Yeah.
And I mean, if you're looking at it, we might hear play until the whistle, but when you see somebody's big
But the
offside,
offside, yeah.
Right.
even self running, you're going to still have this little stutter step. And we know any little shift, it can still carry you off to try and get back to where you're trying to go. And I think
Mm.
that's probably the case because if you look at it, I saw a picture that someone removed Rashford out
Yeah,
of
I
the
send it
scene.
in
Yeah.
the group.
Yeah,
Solo
Salah
minutes.
sent
Yeah.
it. And then you saw how
Yeah.
Akanji was close to the ball. But my other thing is that even self we taking out Akanji,
Mm.
I still think that if you look at where Kyle Walker is close to Bruno, I
Mm.
still think Kyle Walker could have tried to get something and made that challenge. Or Edison wouldn't even
Okay.
be there because all these things are affecting the play.
Right.
More, I don't want to cut you right, but you saying that right? Okay, because the man no Rashford so big offside the year. Kyle
Mm.
Walker kind of done ease off. He kind of hold back he one because he look for the flag, which in the linesman did put up his flag. You get me?
Mm.
Saying this to say now,
Yeah.
I can't because he don't play Rashford offside right. He didn't really put the effort in to try to get back to the ball because he don't know Rashford so big offside. It's not no
Mm.
little offside to say okay he get
I,
there by an inch of it. It was a very big offside. And the
I
thing
Yeah.
is
second
now,
what Stella is saying there because it, we know the offside is a part of the game. If that man set up to play the trap, they
yeah,
did catch him offside,
yeah.
Mm.
and you penalize them for catching the man offside. That's what it is to me. Because
And the next thing like Sunkwa,
like the picture showing, there, take Rashford out. Akanji gets that ball. Akanji gets that
every
ball
day,
easily.
every
Yeah.
day. And the thing
Would,
is
would,
like,
would Edison run onto the goal if
no,
Rashford wasn't running onto the ball? If
no.
Akanji could have clearly just gotten it? Come
No.
on, they
And the
dropped the
thing
ball.
is like what me try say now, right? All everybody said this, them said that because of Manchester United and because of Manchester United. Me and a City fan. But me not like me feel that because if that happen to Arsenal, me not
Yeah.
like me no feel
Yeah.
that me no
And
feel
any
bad.
team would feel that.
You understand?
I,
And the thing
Mm.
is, the goalkeeper actually set the position because he believed Rashford was going to shoot. The man
Right.
set himself for the Rashford shot. You understand? And the
as
thing is, because the man don't set himself for the Rashford shot and the man don't see Rashford offside, Kyle Walker kind of ease up because they don't look for the referee because the linesman don't put the flag up for offside. You understand? So that they now kind
Mm.
of make the man ease off.
and I tell you, my reaction to the whole stuff on Saturday, I saw it, and especially when I saw the replay again, my natural reaction is to cuss and like what are y'all doing? Then you see the goal stands. I was like, that's ridiculous. But all I could legit do during the game was just sit back down in the chair and laugh because I still don't know how how it stands. Because even if we look at it, there's a lot of ways to look at it. Let's look at Rashford. Let's just put nobody in there yet. Let's say Rashford is still going. As Shelo said, Edison is already making up his way to see out Rashford potentially taking the shot. I didn't even believe Rashford would ever hit that shot with his left foot. I know he's a good player. He probably will hit it, but
He try
he
go
would
past the
probably put
keeper.
that on his yeah. And another thing, what I'm so caught up on it about. Rashford is going. You see the curve on the ball. Rashford is legit skipping, 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 skipping with the ball until he reaches by Bruno. The other factor that I have a problem is with now how can you not say he's affecting the play? He's even affecting his own teammate by taking the shot. Because if you look at it, when Bruno got ready to take the shot, Rashford gave like a little skip or
Yeah,
a little jump as you would say. So
Mm-hmm.
then Bruno had to go in and take the shot. All those things are affecting the play. So I
that's true.
still do not know how in the world you allow that goal to stand.
Let
To
me
me,
let me bring some comments in. We have fun watching from England. Watching from England from Real Guna. Big up yourself. Aiden is saying Aiden is saying there, guys. Not Aiden, sorry. Let me go back up. Moy, go ahead. I'll put up the comments.
put them up. Yeah, I was say he's saying this the same guy that said
That's
practice
that was
match.
Munchie.
We're
Yeah, Munchie
talking
said a
about
training match.
Manchester. Yeah, and he's saying Manchester is always red. History is London blue because of two Champions League. No, London is red. Then I say he comes back saying, okay, honestly, United played a good first half. Didn't take our chances, then we went down. I do think that I do think that should have been offside. I'd be mad if it happened to my team, but hey, I'm not complaining. He said a loss would have been tough because I do think United played well and improved a lot from the
Mhm.
first match against City.
True.
When Monchis comes here saying, then again, we City fans shouldn't be surprised about the goal decision. Howard, the ref became the chief of, yeah. Then again, after seeing the stats, City only had one shot on target. So it was really poor by us again, SMH.
Okay, saying that now, right?
Oh,
When I done.
wait there, tell I'm getting this. Do offside dummies count now? Is that unfair for defenders? Refs and officials need to use this as a lesson.
True.
That's true.
Yeah,
True.
go ahead, tell
The thing is, right now, one more I ask you right more. Okay, because me they listen to a little song this morning. You understand? You think that Chichi City kinda changed the way how they used to play before, just for suit Holland now, and that it kinda, man, I say mash up the chemistry of the team, but
Mhm.
it kind of changed the way the team play from before time. Okay, like before time, City had you had the wingers that score, the midfielder score. Saying this to say, remember a couple years ago, Gundogan was your top scorer, one of the top scorer. But now because Holland there, they kind of play away to try to get everything to Holland.
Ho-
They
be-
feel that kind of play into the way how
and
City is playing at the
Cello,
moment.
hold on, Moy. I
Yeah,
actually saw somebody commented, I think it was on Twitter or something, but somebody did say that the way that they're playing now,
Uh,
they're really playing in for Haaland.
Holland, yeah.
It has changed the
The
way
way how
that the
they,
usual
yeah.
right,
So
right. So
that's
so that's like a
That's what I
second
wanted to ask more. He believe
same
is
thing that I seen.
he believe
Yeah.
like the way they play now is because now they kind of change their playing style just to fit Holland in.
Hmm.
Like now they're going down and try to put it across to Holland. Before time they used to play them nice little ticky tackle around the box and put
Right.
anybody could have scored.
Hmm.
You understand? But now because of Holland now, they move it left, right, down the wing, cross Holland. You understand? That if you think that kind of plays in to how the team is playing at the present moment.
yeah, Cello, let me just answer a question there. I really do think past recently, City has lost a kind of identity. I'm not
Identity,
really
yeah.
watching the team or whatever. But even so, if we looking, okay, let's go with the fact that we changed our style of play to suit talent. Look at beginning of the season where, and I know I've said this before, sometimes it gets annoying seeing De Bruyne putting these Hail Mary crosses like every single
Mm,
time he gets it.
yeah.
That's not happening for the last couple of games since after the World Cup. And another thing is, looking back to last season, I mean, even self when we had Aguero, City was known for getting down the box and, playing these overlapping runs. The fullback is
Yeah,
getting
that's what I'm talking
overlapping,
about.
playing it in the box or however it is, beating and then crossing it. That's not happening.
Yeah.
But I really do think it's a rough patch and they need to find themselves. They need to find out themselves because, as I said, it's a not it keeps up poor first half performance keep happening, and especially if Pep have to make these changes. So it seems like he knows what's going on. The players do because he hear them after the game commentating like we're not our same, and I'm glad to see that everybody recognize that they're not the same and they need to step up. Then that's a good initiative, but um, I can't stay here and be like everything is fine, but the ship is sinking very quick. It's just in between right there. It's not
Hmm.
All right.
terrible. It's not perfect, but it's just right there, and they need to find out what's going on quickly and get back themselves.
Okay. A couple of things, guys, just from the conversation. I was my daughter tried to get in on the island fans. I told her she's not of age yet. But there's a couple of things. Aiden is saying like the video. So yeah, everybody joins like up the video. This point that Aiden made though, this point that Aiden made with the do outside dummies count now is that unfair for defenders. I think that's an excellent point
Yeah.
because what you're saying now is that I can put somebody to run onto the ball and basically take a defender out let's just say I can make Eddie do that, take a defender out and then Martin comes from the blind side and gets the ball and put it in the back of the net. That's what you're telling me that's what can happen based on what happened this weekend. But my question would be, let me just get in the comments. Aiden is saying that I understand that Cello with the point of Holland and the style of play. But can we put respect on how Shaw and Varane worked well, holding line and working hard, with
No, Aiden.
Malacia and Dallo working the wing, so the City play wouldn't have made a difference.
No,
Um,
Aiden. What me say right? Me never dare think talk about the Luke Shaw. Me not talk. Me just say no. If because no Holland did. Me not talk just the Manchester game. Me talk
all right,
overall. Saying this to say like because Holland come now, the way Manchester City used to play, the identity that they used to have. The little tiki taka around the box and then put a man in on goal and he score easy goal. Or come down the wing, play a little 1-2 inside, cross the goal, bang. I'm not really talking about the Luke Shaw and the Manchester game. I'm just talking about overall saying, okay, it's because Holland come now, the identity that they used to have, they doesn't have it anymore because they play now to suit Holland. The one man thing, if you understand what I'm saying. It used to be like everybody just getting on the score line, but now because they so focused on Holland, the most of the plays they do is just to get down to put it over so Holland can get an easy tap in or something.
I mean, to be fair, for me, I don't, I that's that I don't look at it that way. I don't think that they're trying like they're trying hard to find Holland.
But
Um, for
Sharp,
me though,
oh, when you finish, I have things when you finish.
for me though, it like Moy said, they're just going through. They're just going through it right now. And I've been saying it all season. Why we keep expecting City to always be on this height. I mean, the other teams in the Premier League, they can figure them out. They can have bad games. They can have rough patches, as all other big teams have. I'm not saying that City is doing anything wrong. Maybe just teams just figure them out. They can be figured out. Aiden is saying, all right, fair enough, he got you. More, you had a question because I have a question for you.
Oh yeah, let
I have
me just
a
make these
question for
two
everybody.
points, and then I think first of all I have to give credits to United midfield. I think even Turf
Mhm.
Malacia also.
Edo.
I think they played very well.
Yeah.
Honestly, Fred got me so frustrated. I could imagine how De Bruyne feel and I wasn't playing because as I told Shaq, like if De Bruyne went to the bathroom, Fred would have probably went to the bathroom with him too because he's just constantly all over. And another thing I noticed that the cohesion was very good that game because if Fred went to cover for help, he was always communicating for somebody to fill in there. And I spotted it. I thought he was good. Yeah, because I always say you have to give credit where credit is due. And to touch on the Man City standpoint, I think we're lacking. I mean, that's it. Huh? Should I put it that way? If it's not coming from De Bruyne, it's not really coming from anything else at this
But
point.
yeah,
Because I understand that Foden and we have like Bernardo Silva, but they're not the creative ones like how De Bruyne will get the ball and can make that game changing pass decision. They would most likely have to dribble and try get it close to play that over. The only other person I see will come close is Gundogan when he has to make those little dink balls over the top. But if
yeah.
it comes to De
Yeah.
Bruyne and trying to fight, it's not happening. And we need to step back up again.
All right. Okay, let me push this one in. City style didn't change. Sorry, most of Haaland's goals are tap-ins. Just because he hasn't scored in couple of games, doesn't mean he has affected the way City plays. That's just that it's bumpy right now. Limal Memphis is in the comments. You're not super tired. They're jumping in now from all over, man. They're jumping in. So and that's a perfect segue to the question with these Manchester United fans. Is Manchester United now the? I don't want to be loose with what I'm about to ask. That's why I pause. Okay, put it this way: should we be worried about Manchester United because it's always been, let's wait for Manchester City to catch Arsenal. But should we ask the question, can Manchester United now catch Arsenal?
Yeah, I believe so.
Um,
No, wait. You believe that they can catch Arsenal? What are you saying?
I believe they can. Okay, not actually catch Arsenal, but I believe they can give it a good run.
believe they could give it to them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because I mean, if you look at the last 5 games, they're the team that's in form right now,
right.
right? So you have to give Jack the jacket. Right now, they're playing really well. At least they might not be um over. I mean, like in terms of like knocking teams off the park like 2, 3, 4 nil, 5 nil, but like they're doing what they have to do. They're playing very solid right now. So I just think it's something that, and I think they're. Let me see. Okay, they played 18 games already. Um, they they're just taking like one game at a time. You're not hearing them really, gassing themselves up and stuff like that. They're just taking one game at a time. And I think that game that they face Arsenal this weekend, that's a massive game. It's a
That is a
massive,
massive game. That is a
massive game.
massive game.
So I think we have to give them the props on the run of
That's
form
what
that they've
you
got.
see. It's so good. That's what I'm saying. I feel like that's why I started earlier when at the top of the show asking if we're sleeping on United because when we look at what they're doing, when we look at what they're doing as opposed to we see City struggles.
Mm,
I don't feel like they're being highlighted. And I'm not, of course, I'm an Arsenal fan, but I just don't feel, as a neutral sitting here, I don't feel like we're giving them enough praise for what they've been doing, the run they've been on. No,
Um,
yeah.
that bubble can all burst, as
Sha,
anybody else was.
you know what is it too? That
Right,
yes, they have been going on the radar, but I don't think we would notice it properly until we actually take a good look at the table.
Yeah.
Because Manchester United is 1 point behind of Manchester City at this point,
Mm,
and they have to play Crystal Palace before they go into this Arsenal game. So
right.
if it's supposed to go their way, they beat Crystal Palace. I think they're just what 6 points behind of Arsenal
the
now.
extra game.
And I
Yeah.
know Arsenal City still have a game in hand. You
Mm,
know, well, yeah, I mean, they're on the radar. They're playing good. Gotta
yeah.
give jacket. They're going with the momentum.
And the thing is, right, we're talking about Manchester United, but we can't forget about Newcastle too, because Newcastle is right there too. And they're
Yeah.
playing very
Newcastle,
good as
yeah,
well.
Newcastle
They're
have been,
grinding
yeah,
out win as well.
they're grinding out wins as well. They're right there.
Understand?
So
Yeah.
I'll shove that
We
question
now
for
count
later.
out no,
Let
we
me
now count out Manchester United now Newcastle because they're very close and the things can change by a
This
little
depends.
tweaks, you know.
Like Moy just said, they
Yeah,
win at Palace, they're 6 points behind. They beat us, they're
they're
three
Mm,
3 points
points behind.
behind us.
We lose to City,
City, everything is level.
right? So I mean,
yeah.
that is why
Not the game,
yesterday's
really.
victory was so important, and even the game coming up, like Suko said, is going to be vital that
Mm,
Arsenal don't lose that game.
yeah.
No, no, United are done signing after Weghorst. We needed more backup. We replaced Ronaldo with Weghorst. What you saying, Sucre and Gary never related. Weghorst isn't Ronaldo's replacement.
Uh,
Munchie, Munchie, how the practice match you had weekend? They're going at it in the comments here. I think you and City had a different schedule. I hope you won at least. Was really a practice match. The man them saw a Monday. Oh, okay. The man them saw Monday bargain center and gave him a whistle to run the game. Aiden is asking Osei to explain the I think it's the comment with Ronaldo replacement. Bad ref on that you had one shot on target and he's laughing at him. And
I think
it is one
I
thing. Memphis gonna milk it.
I
Referee
think
is
I
supposed to
saw
play.
some crazy start. Like I think like in the first 24 minutes, I think Haaland had like just 2 touches
Mm,
of the ball and stuff like that. So I guess
yeah, I didn't see
yeah,
that. But
uh,
guys, let's get to the game of the weekend. Or let's get to where the fun is at the top of the table. The North London Derby. Arsenal now, like you saw in the caption, Arsenal now 8 points clear at the top of the table. Cello, I'm coming to you first because you know you're the Arsenal fan here. How was watching the game yesterday? What did you think of it? And what is you? And then I'm going to ask the panel on a whole. Is it Arsenal's trophy? Is it Arsenal's title to lose? That's the question I'm going to ask. So, Cello, talk to us about the game, and then you can answer that, and then we get everybody else.
Well,
My
going into
opinion.
the game, I was already confident. I already said Arsenal is going to win 2-0. You understand? I was confident. Reason being, look, just how Arsenal playing and how Tottenham playing. And I'm not saying, okay, because of form, but North London Derby, going into this game, Arsenal know. Okay, City already dropped points, and we can't afford to drop no points. And the team was all fed up from the get-go. No, oh my God. That guy, Party. Yeah, me, everybody talk about Casemiro. But then I give Party enough respect. Yo, the man good. Let me say, the man control and hold midfield by himself yesterday. He
Man,
was.
better than that.
You hear me tell you, Casemiro one good defensive midfield, but minutes Party to get the respect that he's supposed to get. You understand? But the thing is,
That's all.
Arsenal went for the game. Arsenal
Mm-hmm.
went for the game from the get-go, was at Spurs. They control the game how they wanted to control the game. Okay, other, other than the mistake goal from Hugo Lloris, I think Arsenal should have been up one early. Nketiah get an easy
And
sitter.
Ketia got the chance, yeah.
You understand? But for
And I
me,
wasn't really a sitter, but
the
go ahead.
the game was a very good game. Tottenham came out second half. They started play better than how they did
Yeah.
Shout
in the
out
first
Ramsey.
half. But Arsenal was already in control of the game. You understand? And I must say, big shout out to Eddie again. You know, I'm one of the fans that always criticize him. He had a very good game yesterday. Unfortunately,
We did.
he didn't score.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, he had a very good game. His touches, he actually dropped a lot of fouls yesterday
Right,
in some
right,
very
right. I saw
dangerous
that. Yeah.
areas. You
Hmm.
understand? He had the whole Tottenham defense on their back foot yesterday because his
Yeah.
movements was very good. So I have to give a big shout out to him, respect to him. You understand? And if you hear me saying this, you know you have to be doing something good because you know I'm one of these guys that say, hey, Nketiah, not good enough. Nketiah need for go. You know, me one of them now.
Be-
But
Before you answer
respect,
the question I asked you, there, Cello, me just say, Jose is saying, everybody's saying United paid the refs, but how much did Arsenal pay Hugo Lloris? That was a horrible one from
more
him.
answer,
And
more answer us a question.
yeah, we come in there. Um, I think I heard a stat that Lloris has made the most goals by a goalkeeper, most
Yeah.
errors leading to goals by a goalkeeper in the last 4 years. I mean, and such as his decline, as probably is Tottenham's decline as well. I guess you can answer the two questions in one, Cello, because he's asking you. So, has your opinion starting to change on Eddie?
Man, I really say my opinion change, right? But you just have to give Jackie. When a man do good, you just have to just give the praise that he deserve. You understand? But for me would bring in somebody else. Honestly, man, I say man take it out, but because I hear alone I had at the present moment, if he get injured right now, in our next problem because I don't really have nobody else that I can put up front there, other than Martinelli. And for move Martinelli, you have to wing put his center right now. That you kind of take a little, you make the ship kind of little half balance. Now say Smith will coming in, now gonna be a good thing. But what Martinelli give over the on that side,
Mm-hmm.
the energy that he give, that it
Oh, stand
that
defense.
it do a lot for Arsenal. You understand? And the thing
Right.
is, the cup in the Arsenal hand. You up to Arsenal now if they want to go all the way because of the kind of football they play and the teams that around us not really doing good. You understand? The team that we expect to be on the high horse not really doing good. So only so Arsenal can lose this championship now or lose the cup now and if they decide they want to take their foot off the gas.
I think I'm coming to you fellas. More you can come in next.
Mm-hmm.
Sukhoi, not Sukhoi, what am I saying? Monchi's
Um,
asking why everyone is on Haaland's case. The guy has 21 prem goals so far. My thing with this though, guy, and which I think is flying under the radar, you would have expected a team whose striker has 21 goals.
To be on
You
top
would
of the
you
table.
expect them to be 8 points off of it? You wouldn't
No.
expect that. So this is where I think it's credit to Arsenal on what they have been doing, how they've
Doing, yeah.
stayed consistent throughout the season. Cello still hoping Mudrik will join after he's taken.
Mudrik,
Boy,
no. Listen, I would say Mudrik would be a good signing, but I question the price that they set for him. I didn't, me as an Arsenal fan,
I don't blame him.
wouldn't be happy if Arsenal go and pay that money for him. I was
Right.
always saying, look, me the rather go get Sam Maxima, a man that know the Premier League, and a man that go bring, okay, say man say Mudwick and a quality player, a talented young player. But what does he bring to the team? What does he really bring to the team other than the pace that he has? What do he
Left,
do?
I
Do
mean,
he okay?
he left to be seen, Cello. I don't feel like he
Listen,
can just say,
man,
speculate as what. Of course, we want to know how he will adjust, but we can see what he can do, and we so if he replicates that, then he'll
that
be a good
yeah,
signing.
it's a good signing. But the thing is now, he's gonna come. He's gonna have to fit in. He's gonna have to adjust to the Premier League, the roughness and everything. Sam Maxima is Leonardo Trossard. These are guys that know the league inside out. We know what they can do because they already established themselves. So I would rather get one of these guys,
Mm.
even a Wilford Zaha. He's out of contract. You
I
25
feel
million can
I
probably
feel
get
like
again.
I feel like Zaha will come in the summer.
You understand? So I wasn't really excited or sad that he joined Chelsea. The man do a best fee.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and just to understand that before Moy comes in with the answer, um, Shakhtar dealt him a hard blow too. Shakhtar said, "Look, we only accepting 100 million, or you're not going anywhere."
And
He wanted to move.
the thing is like, Shakhtar set up price tag, and they was like, okay, if I not gonna pay this money,
Mhm.
I not sell the player. Understand? And Arsenal go by a philosophy, they not overpay for one player.
Mhm.
Then we
Yeah, they
feel
want to get in a
then we
bidding
go,
war
yeah.
right
And the
Yeah.
thing is now, because Shakhtar not really worry about who he play for now. Shakhtar worry about the money.
now.
They
Yeah,
was all about the money. They wasn't really
Yeah.
thinking about where would best suit the player or nothing. They were just thinking about the
Mm.
money.
It's
all right.
different.
Yeah, go ahead. So no more. The question was, do you feel like if it's Arsenal's title to lose at this stage in the Premier League?
Yeah, I would say that.
Sufi, you
Um,
agree? Oh, okay,
yeah.
you're
Oh,
elaborating.
Yeah.
just
I mean,
say, oh, go ahead. Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. It's fine.
yeah. What I'm saying, Shaq. They're the best team in the league right now, and they're playing that same vein as well. So you would want to believe that they're favorites really to go all the way, right? To maintain that run all the way up to win the title itself. But 18 games, 19 games, still a lot still a lot of games left,
There's still a
right?
lot of games left.
Yeah,
The
you have
narrative was
Champions League, you have Europa League. I mean, you have all the competitions in between that. So
at the
mhm,
start of the season, 3 games in, 5 games in, 7 games in, 12 games in. At the
mhm,
break for the World Cup, oh, Arsenal haven't played anybody. Arsenal haven't played anybody. We've now played everybody once, barring
yeah,
City, and we
yeah,
sit in this position, a very, let me not say comfortable, a very good position.
mhm,
If you told me whatever circumstances how it was, and Arsenal would be 8 points clear with after playing 18 games. I would have taken that at the end of at the start of the season.
yeah,
So I don't know
Man,
how it's gonna end, but I'm loving the position that we're in now. Go
mhm,
ahead, Moy.
I hate that talking, hearing that, teams don't beat anybody. Like, all of us still have to play the same team in the
Same
league.
team. Same
And
team.
then, like,
yeah,
you'll
it's
be
true.
going against the lesser oppositions, and
Mhm,
I'll be saying you don't beat nobody.
Right.
But then if they turn around and beat you in the second round, I'm going to say, oh, you can't beat that. Oh, you can't beat
Right.
them, which is
mhm,
crazy.
We
And
have to
these are the
everybody.
teams we
Right.
normally look to build on. So in case we stumble on the big boys, we have our points stacking up from these lesser teams. I'm
yeah,
not talking about you don't play with nobody, especially the
Look,
league so far. Because I
look,
mean,
Real stuff.
they have what we have. Okay, let's say excluding your personal team, you have 5 other big teams in the league. Let's say you win all those games. So that's what 5 times 2 is 15. 15 times 2 is 30. You only have 30 points. No wonder people get relegated with that amount of points. So
yeah,
let's say you win those games and you lose all the other games, you're going down. You can't just beat big teams to win cup. You
Yeah,
can't just beat big teams.
but sure, even self looking at it, they in this case, look at the league also this season. Fulham is in six, Brighton, Brentford, then you have there above Liverpool and Chelsea, as we
Right.
considered top teams in the
Top
league.
teams, yeah.
So
Mm.
in this scenario, especially in this season, you're talking about you don't really beat nobody. You still have to be looking because you're looking down in relegation zone. Teams like Everton, West Ham, Leicester. You don't expect these teams to be down there. So I think
Exactly.
the narrative still has to
And,
change and
and,
playing
and if
anybody.
and if you're being fair to Fulham and Brighton, they've been worth it, and even Brentford.
Brentford, yeah.
They're on merit. It's not like if these other teams are not doing well. They've been winning games. It's not like draws have them in this position. They've
Right.
been winning games.
Yep.
Um, I see. Osei made a point here. Okay, well, before we go to that, Aiden, this is a bit of banter. Are you planning a bit for Liverpool versus Chelsea, the mid-table battle? Think the only thing that would keep back Arsenal, even United, would be player fitness. And I think this is what the Arsenal
Yeah.
fans are stressing. We need
Mm.
to strengthen. We need to strengthen. We need at least two players possibly in this window. I mean, Smith will coming back is like a new
Yeah.
signing because
Yeah.
we haven't had him to call upon all season. But
Right.
we definitely gonna need a replacement for Party. When I say replacement, he doesn't want to need a backup for
Yeah, like a
Party.
backup for him.
Definitely the backup for Party. I feel
But
like he
Shaq,
lies on the wings as well. Go
but
ahead,
Shaq,
Shello.
you're not looking at this. Look at this this way, right? The reason why Arsenal not really rushing in the market to try bringing someone in midfield, right, is because they're looking at it this way. Okay, we have El Nene, right? El Nene, he's not the top player like that what everybody looking for,
He
but
do the job.
he can put a shift in.
Yeah.
You understand? Okay, if you bring in somebody, okay, so you can pay 60 million for Milinkovic Savage. You understand? El Nene gone on the pecking order. Because you're not going to bring a man in and you're not going to play.
For the
You
third
understand?
time.
So
Yeah.
you have to look on all that. Arsenal try identify
What
the right
what
man for bringing in. You
what
understand?
we
Then
do
they want to
know
go.
what
Then they
we do
want to.
know though, Cello, is that
Uh-huh.
Arsenal has 95 million to spend.
Yeah. So
We
it's not
do know
because they
that.
don't have money.
We do know that they have 95 million because they were about to splash it on, I come to you, Moy. They were about to splash it on Modric. So
Uh-huh.
we have 95 to spend. How
And
we gonna
95 can
spend
get
it?
us three players. At
That
least
can
three
get us
players.
three players. That can definitely get us one wide and midfielder and maybe even a backup striker too.
But
Go
the
ahead,
thing
Moy.
is now, what Arsenal watch to now, if I bring in this man, if this man go kind of carry the project that I build off. If you understand what I say, you have to look on this that way they too. Remember a project you build. Remember, no before the season start, nobody would ever think, okay, Arsenal would be on top of the table. No.
Yeah.
You understand? So what Arsenal look for now, if I bring this man here, if this can offset the project that I done, what I done build, and the structure that I done build. Yeah, all that you have to look for. You understand?
Aiden got dramas in Moy. And say Phil Jones is 95 million. Just a start. Go ahead, Moy.
I'm glad you mentioned the budget for Arsenal. You just said Arsenal has 95 million. I know
At least.
y'all some yeah, I know y'all said that y'all was looking at Declan Rice. But we know there's the possibility of Jude moving in the summer. Do y'all try to entertain that deal or no? Because you know there's a number of clubs going in for him. Just assuming that
Do
y'all
that
do
deal
win
right,
the
man.
Premier League and it could be a very favorable along with the project and young players that is there in the squad that could
But the
tempt
thing
him
is
to
now,
do it.
right, man, bringing in Jude, right? Because Jude being such a top player at a young age and being a natural starter, you're not going to spend that money and bring in a man to sit on the bench more. If you understand what I'm saying.
Why would he
So
sit on the bench, Stella?
because Arsenal on kind of farm and structure, who you going to take out the team
I
to
think
fit Jude in?
Morris into that summer though.
No, yeah, but me doesn't say.
Mm.
Even if
I
you
mean
bring Jude
in the summer he's an upgrade on Shaka as a eight.
Yeah. Is
I
that he's a
understand
Shaka
that.
replacement?
Yeah, he's an
But
upgrade on Shaka as a eight.
you're bringing him in, right? You're bringing him in. So what you just gonna do? Because okay, Shaq.
He don't
And
have
even
to.
if you're a year older, you're going to put Shaq on the bench.
Me, Shaka
Yeah.
kill me. Look, we have to upgrade the team now.
No, I'm not
We have to
saying.
upgrade. And if no Cello, I understand where you're coming from. You're saying, oh, Shaka served us faithfully, and I'm not saying that he hasn't. But if you get an upgrade, Cello, you just said if Eddie, you're gonna bring in a player. Eddie is doing well. If Eddie scores 10 goals between now and Jesus comes back, you won't still, and there is a Harry Kane. Wouldn't you take Harry Kane off the market and would you put him on the bench?
No, you're not put Harry Kane on the
Right.
bench.
So that's what I'm saying. If quality here, I understand you're trying to be loyal, but if the quality, if a quality player comes up, if the quality player comes up for you to get, that's the business. Because we are keeping
So
evolving. Even if we win the league, that means we're just gonna be a target for everybody next season.
yeah, but I
That's how
understand what
that's
you're
how
saying.
I see it. Rice would be perfect for Arsenal. Bellingham, would Arsenal do that? Oh, more you and Aiden were thinking the same thing. You and
Hmm.
Aiden
No.
were thinking, but so let me just ask
Yeah.
Stella this question: who would you prefer? Which one would you take? Both. Let's just say both cost the same money. Which one would you take?
Me gonna be honestly, me to take Jude Bellingham.
You take Jude Bellingham.
Reason
I'm
being,
rocking
me
with
know,
Jude.
me know what you can do. Me now say Declan Rice, me wanna take Declan Rice. If me can get both of them, me to take both of them because Declan Rice are a good backup for party if he get
Still,
an injury. And as you say
Fuck.
earlier, I upgrade to Jude Bellingham and I upgrade to Xhaka. You understand? So if me can get both of them, which me know it can happen because
it can
Arsenal have the
happen.
money. Arsenal have the money, and if I say Arsenal have the money, you understand? But Arsenal just now go overpay for one player. That's a happen.
Okay, let me
Okay,
ask you
hold on,
this.
hold on. Cello,
Go
let me
ahead.
ask you something. Let me. That's the same. Remember, you just came out with that concept where you're saying that you prefer to go for a proven player. Now Rice has been in the league, in the Premier League, all this time. Cello, then you're going
I'm
out for
feeling with Jude.
even though Jude Bellingham is English born and so on and so forth. I mean, the way
Never
he
playing the
plays,
Prem.
I'm sure he'll do very well in the Premier League, right? But you were just
Hmm.
contradicting yourself a little bit by saying that,
No,
that
I'm
you're
not
not
That's
sure.
that's
contradicting
fine.
That,
myself.
I
Reason
got
being,
the
you
fact
hear?
that he said
Reason
Rice
being,
would
you
be a
hear?
good backup.
Listen,
mm,
listen to me. Reason
mm,
being, me not contradict myself because Mudrik coming from Ukrainian league. Ukrainian league is not no
yeah.
big league. Declan Rice play in Europe for Borussia Dortmund, play against all the big
Yeah.
players in them in the Champion League. And we know what he can do because we see him and he
Mm-hmm.
proved himself in the World Cup, what he can do. Mudrik now,
Mm-hmm.
we haven't really seen Mudrik do nothing. Or okay, other than Arsenal interest in Mudrik. Have you ever
Mm-hmm.
really heard about Mudrik or ever seen Mudrik play before other than when Arsenal really start showing interest in him? Let's be honest. You ever heard about him before Arsenal start showing interest and everybody start being
I
interested
mean,
in him? I ever seen him play before?
Mm-hmm.
No. So the
right.
thing about Jude now, we have seen Jude play in on the biggest stage and he has
Yeah.
proven himself. So he's a proven player.
All right, I got you, Cello.
All
But
right.
I don't even think I remember my question. Aiden is saying,
One quick one. Tell what you said that Declan Rice is a good backup.
No, me say if I can get both of them, I will take both of them. You understand? Declan Rice would be a good player in case Party injured. Yes, I'm not saying he would be a backup player, but
it's
if
a
you bring
backup.
Declan Rice in, there is no way
Your
Party
backup.
is going to be sitting down. There is no way.
Right. So you back
A
up.
fit Party, there's no way he's going to be sitting down. But I'm
Yeah,
just
so
saying,
Cello there's
He's
no
just
shame
not
in saying that
telling you.
he
That's
can be
what
back
we're
up.
saying.
He back up.
Stop trying to play
Yeah,
it
but
nice and
but
say
but
where he be.
but Chuck, on top of that, if his commanding price is 80 million and up, there's no way you're gonna pay $80 million for a player and he's a backup. They have to figure
Right.
him out into in the starting
Yeah,
11.
because yeah, I
Um,
heard they
I
had rumors City linking to Declan Rice, and I thought it was nonsense because
let me.
Declan Rice is not going to be back up.
Exactly.
Aiden is saying I don't think Bellingham would struggle like Sancho has. I think he would
Mm.
fit perfectly.
Yeah,
But
I
then
think so.
again, I thought Sancho would fit in. Yeah, so you want to we call up Sancho name, leave his star alone. But my question would be, I don't, I'm reluctant to pay that money for Declan Rice.
Mm.
That's just
How many years
as
does he have left
solid,
on his contract?
is not much. I know it's
Like
not
a year?
much.
A year?
A year left on his contract,
But
yeah.
Yeah.
it's probably
Because
just
today I was
year and a
watching the
half.
stuff saying, why would I pay
Mm.
100 million for a man that
Mm-hmm.
has 1 year left on his contract?
Exactly.
After you post the stuff
Right.
in the group, I actually see
But
somebody post it on Twitter.
okay, so I understand that years would play a part in how much you're selling your player for. But for me, Declan Rice, I pay no more than 60 million for him. Whether he's have
Same.
1 year on his contract or 5 years left on his contract.
Mm.
Okay, Shaq.
I
But
understand.
shot,
Let me
remember
finish. Let me
now.
finish. Let me
okay.
finish. I understand. He's solid, and his passing range. I feel like his what his strengths are. I feel like Arteta can develop it. So I wouldn't say he would be a boss at Arsenal, but the the upwards of 60, no, that's not it for me.
But the thing is, like, Shaq, you have to remember now how we go when it comes to English player. Because an
Yeah,
English player don't know how we go.
me now listen to all that
And the next thing now,
because we can get
Chelsea don't
another
set
player.
the bar. Chelsea don't set the bar, so everybody want 100 million now.
Right now, you can't talk too hard about your players and them now, because Chelsea you just buy them now. Chelsea,
No,
they said Chelsea tell Shakhtar, call us when Arsenal made their final offer. And when they call say, oh, Arsenal said this, Chelsea just say, okay, you know what? Ah, we're gonna pay extra. Ah, we're gonna pay higher than that. You know what? We want triple his wages. Whatever
but what?
Arsenal,
Mm.
But
whatever
the next
he
thing, right,
is,
Shaq, when we see Chelsea fans are cuss about, right? A lot of Chelsea fans cussing and say, oh, they pay 100 for Mudway, but we needed a midfielder and they
yes, I
couldn't pay
agree with
the
you.
money for Enzo.
I
Yeah.
think what a Chelsea
Simple.
fan was telling me, the problem with Enzo is not really the
The price.
money.
Mm.
Benfica wants everything up front. Chelsea wants to do installment.
Yeah. Chelsea wanted a different structure to the deal.
Yeah,
Because you
so
see, if
instead of
you see if they pay that money up front, Shaq, then
FF,
you would FFP would be flagged.
right.
That's basically how it'll come out. So
I mean, Chelsea probably look at they get a ban just now, no, but before the ban come, them man make sure they stack up all the players of them before they
well,
get
that's
them
it.
back.
That's it.
But
Mo, you had some?
yeah, I was going to ask. You was talking about price tag, and
Mm.
would y'all try to tempt, if y'all could, try to tempt Calvin Phillips away from Man City because he's not really getting game, and he could probably go to Arsenal and be that Xhaka replacement.
Oh,
That's a good question. Yeah.
no, I don't like Calvin Phillips as an eight. He's a more backup to Partey for
As
me
a
in
deep
my
line
mind.
as a deep line backup player, yes, as a deep line backup player, I would
Not
take
to the
Calvin
eight.
Phillips because saying this to say he's a man who can move the ball very good too. He has a good
Mm.
passing range on him and his work ethic is good as well. You understand?
Yeah,
I think Calvin Phillips can give you a good run in the midfield.
Mm.
he mixed up times and dates. No, he mixing up Declan Rice and Jude. Sell out Declan Rice never played in the Champions League.
So
When you
who
were
said me never
explaining,
said Declan Rice playing the Champion League?
He must
no,
have said he
you
must have
said you
alluded to Bellingham.
said
Yeah,
Bellingham when
you
you were supposed to say
know,
right.
Yeah.
I
You did
tell you
say
now,
right.
me say no.
right.
Bellingham.
No, you made a mistake. I did say it on the.
Oh, oh.
I know what you wanted to say,
Yeah,
but of course you know
Bellingham he
Munchie
wanted.
would leave it alone because he's Munchie.
Um, um,
Plus
just okay,
Declan
guys.
is West Ham's captain, and to leave captaincy to go sit on a bench, it depends on the bench you're sitting on. I want to joke it all. You think. I'm trying to think of another captain that's lower down. I can Yeah, give me a name. Who's
Um,
Chelsea captain? Because you know them the lower down.
here's the Jorginho, Aspi, Jorginho. If you use a
Uh,
midfielder,
I
because
was trolling. Another team.
I don't,
Another
I don't,
team.
I don't see Phillips doing that though, because he's still that caliber of player that thinks he would merit a starting spot. So I don't think
I,
that's something that
I
would
don't want him
happen.
to replace Shaka. I don't like him in that role.
Yeah. But can I let me get a few seconds to talk to Chelsea man up there. So can I get my boy back on the 6 month loan, please? I really miss jumping up and saying result as well. It seems like yeah, he's out the favor, so I don't mind taking him back.
I won't say
Yo,
out of
and
favor. You know,
they said that he's looking to get sold, isn't it?
they raise his name. They say that there's a possibility, but
But that's not right. That's not
that's
accurate,
not
is it?
right. I don't
I
think
don't
that
think
Yeah.
he's ready for you. I think he's
because
one of them staples in the squad.
yeah,
I know.
because I still think that Sterling brings something other. I think he can have an aspect of his leadership and his experience that he can bring to to the team, especially going forward. Because now, if you're going with a set of young players up front, like João Felix, you have Mudrik, you still need somebody who is experienced up top there with them at
Guys,
least. How at
yeah.
least so I don't think it's something that I mean. Yeah, they brought up his name because the thing about Chelsea is that with all those buys now, again in balancing it, as Jamal said, you have to sell players as well, or you have to move on from players, and so that's
The
that's a part of the equation that has to happen as well by the summer.
the interesting thing is, and guys, we just got like about another 5 minutes. So if you want to, anything else that stand out to you, anything that's on your mind, now is the time to say it. My thing is would be Aiden has a question. Let me put Aiden
Yeah.
questions. This is you, Sukwa. Is Potter good enough to balance it? So you get these kind of questions. What?
Yeah,
Sukwa
that's
is
a very good question,
Potter.
boy.
Potter saved his job yesterday by winning 1-0 by
Yeah.
then.
I guess you'll have if these are this is the next thing, right? If it is that these are the players that Potter has worked with the team, as in the directors and stuff, to bring those kind of players in, then he would have to find a balance to it. And again, remember, he hasn't really had enough time. He came into like 4 or 5 weeks into the season or so,
Yeah, man. Yeah,
so he
man.
hasn't had 2 months, like a full off season to start
Mm.
working with the guys and stuff like that. So I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Let him work it out in the summer, and then we can see from August this year.
We have a change of heart, Sukwa. Munchie, not Munchie, Munchie saying, this
Uh,
man wants to Phillips and leave Grealish in the squad. The man didn't even get time to prove himself. Maud, let me respond to this because I think I have the perfect answer. Do you not think that if he was doing enough to prove himself, that he'd be getting game time?
Can I also say something to this? Some That person that just commented wanted to
That,
sell Grealish before he even put on a jersey. So don't come to me with ridiculous questions.
yo, that man more said that person.
But anyway, I did
Munchie,
not say I wanted to sell Phillips. It was just a scenario. So
yeah, been an hour already. Wow,
um,
time flies.
Shaq, there's just one thing I wanted
Game
to
spirit.
draw your mind to, right?
Go ahead, bro.
That the because Conte is under pressure, right?
Mm.
With the Spurs team. Now I heard that they brought Tuchel's name into the equation.
Oh,
Could he?
oh,
Yeah,
So
then
he's first. He's first on the list I hear.
the Tottenham fans are calling back for Poch. But go ahead, Suko, go ahead.
yeah, well, okay. So then now you hearing that side, but then you seen this trending that there's a possibility with Tuchel. So I
What
guess.
I would say though, Sukwa,
Mm,
and why I agree with the Tottenham fan, I feel like Tottenham, being the trash club that they are,
mm,
what do we think of Tottenham?
they dealt with. Aiden is funny now. Every time I'm trying to talk and Aiden makes a comment, it just pack me up. But you said everyone's thinking for Grealish. Let's go. Only 6 likes. You guys move slow like West Ham. Aiden boy. But what I was going to say, I feel like they dealt Pochettino a hard blow,
very.
especially
This man
when
brought the
can
fellas
look
to
in
the finals.
hindsight. When
Yeah.
you can look in hindsight and see what they had after that,
Mm-hmm,
and what they allowed Pochettino to go, and
mm-hmm,
they didn't. You don't leave it, didn't invest with him. You don't leave it, didn't do enough while he was there.
Yep.
yeah.
Pochettino was overachieving. Pochettino was overachieving that Tottenham team.
Yeah.
When you look at it now, they brought in Conte. The fact that you brought in Conte on an 18-month contract, that didn't make any sense.
Mm-hmm,
And you know you weren't going to back him. He and Mourinho, you signed those two managers, great
yeah.
pedigree, but
Mm-hmm,
they need ready-made team. Tottenham
yeah.
was not in a position to that, to give them that. So I felt
Mm-hmm.
like they set themselves to fail. I'm not, now I'm giving them ideas. Tottenham, don't listen to me because I don't want it to get better. But if you're bringing, I mean, even Tuchel too. Like,
Mm.
let's just say, put any coach in the position, they need investment
Yeah,
because
they need to
you know,
buy the players and stuff with it.
Tottenham
Yeah,
needs a new goalkeeper.
yeah,
They probably need a new
definitely.
centre back. They probably need two midfielders.
Hmm.
They need a right back because I don't know Emerson Royal and I mean
Yeah,
Doherty hasn't carried his farm from Wolves over
right.
there. They need
We
a
need
left back.
Yeah,
Cesaro.
They need a full back.
they even had Lucas Moura in his last year, this year,
Yeah, so they're not
going on the
resigning.
free. You know,
I
So
heard
and that.
Tottenham needs like about 10 players.
I
Yeah.
heard they had some kind of Qatar investment
Yes,
with
there were talks
something
about
like
that
that.
that aspect of it,
All right.
of them
Am
investing
I
in.
the
So
only one that if I was the owner, I would whichever manager I bring in, I would back him because I think I would want to see him prove himself, and I would have a reason to fire him when he's not doing what he do because he has his
That boy,
players.
boy, you
And
said them man love watch them money.
yeah,
The
well, you
man
look
love
at
to watch
other
them
people,
money.
you look at other clubs, you look at City doing it. Chelsea is spend. I mean, not really meaning spend carelessly. You
All
know,
right.
give them what they want at least. If not, if they want 10 players, and are really going to get 10 players. You know, you
mhm.
give them
Yes,
5 or 4 to
quality.
start.
Yeah.
Yeah, to give them something at least to see what they can work with. Because if
Yeah,
you
Yeah, I
don't
mean
give
that
them
has to be
anything,
the way forward.
yeah, if you don't give them what they want to work with, and you give them players from the past manager, I mean, how you expect them to work properly?
yeah,
The best have to get their own.
Yeah, that's facts. I mean, I have my identity. I mean, even if you bring the greatest coach ever, if you give him inferior product to work with, you're gonna get inferior results.
Yeah,
So that's just what it is. But guys, that's it. That's it for the show tonight. We'll be back, God's
yeah.
willing, on Thursday. We'll be back, God's willing, to preview the game on the weekend. I don't know who else playing on the weekend. I know Arsenal have Manchester United. Everybody's gonna be hyped up for that. And
yeah.
especially, let me just say, early and bright, they're the only team who's taking 3 points from me for the season, and I want them back. And I also want back my
Mhm.
3 goals as well. So I'm an early prediction, guys. I'm done make I know. I want knock them 3-0. Want back my goal. I'm a want back my pint. Simple as that.
Shaq, some good
He
game we play,
said,
man. Remember, some good
"Shaq,
game we play weekend, man. Chelsea and Liverpool and so. Chelsea and Liverpool,
Mid-table battle.
Bournemouth, Nottingham
yeah, I mean,
Forest,
yeah,
Leicester,
mm,
Leicester, Brighton, Southampton, Aston Villa, West Ham, Everton, Crystal Palace, Newcastle.
West Ham
Sunday,
Everton's gonna be a
you got,
game.
very,
you got Leeds versus Brentford. You got Man City versus Wolves. And the final game, Arsenal versus Manchester United.
What time is that? That's 12:30.
yeah, Sunday."
The Arsenal game is 4:30 my time.
Thank you,
So
Cello.
that's 12:30
Thank you,
your
Cello.
time.
It is watching the man very guarded now with his time and his date.
Shaq,
Uh,
Shaq, they're saying right that
uh,
Anthony Taylor is the referee for your game against the
I
Man
saw that.
United,
I
and
saw that.
he born in Manchester.
Yeah, I saw that. You know, always. I think the first game too, we had a Manchester United ref. And I'm not saying I'm Manchester United, I'm Manchester ref. My goodness, Shaq is always good to have big dreams and aspirations. And if we want to say, I love the energy, bro. I love the energy. And you know what? I'm pretty sure. Let me tell you right now. Let me tell you right now. We're playing club Sunday night, so don't run from that. Don't run from that when you get your blow.
Let's
Sell,
not get
this one is for
really,
you.
you know.
I think this one is for you. What date? 4:30 p.m.
Sunday, 4:30.
Sunday 4:30. That's the game, guys. Well, thank you so much. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. There's another comment here. We'll say he's laughing. We'll say he's laughing.
Hmm.
Well, thank you, guys. I think we had a really good show. I enjoyed
Thanks
every bit of it.
thanks for cheering me up, guys, from my weekend, from the weekend. I appreciate it.
Yeah, definitely more. You know, we're here for you. It's probably a good thing that Munch didn't come on the show. Maybe that's why we had such a good show. But yeah, don't tell him that. Don't tell him that. But thank you, Super.
Yes,
Thank
I.
you, boy, and thank you. But wait, no, wait, quickly. They have a couple games midweek.
Yeah, you have the
My,
Crystal Palace Man U game,
it's
and
just that one game.
City
I think
and no
Liverpool
City
have
and
the
Spurs.
replay
Hey,
tomorrow.
City and
is that
Spurs.
No,
Listen, sometimes I'm
Tottenham and
supposed
Man
to
City
play
playing
City.
on Thursday.
Okay,
Yeah,
let's
When
do
well,
are Man City
let's
playing on
Wednesday
Thursday?
and Thursday.
okay, let's do those two games quickly.
Thursday.
Just the score. Just the score. Who you say? Aiden saying 3-1 United. I will go 1-1.
uh, I give two
Yeah.
non-United.
Two none
You get 2-0
United.
United. I go 1-1.
You go
The close
you go
game. Casemiro gets a
Crystal
yellow
Palace 2-1.
and Fred gets a yellow.
Me, I go Crystal Palace 2-1 in this game.
You go Crystal Palace 2-1. All right, Super,
2-1.
what you said?
2-0 United.
2-0 United. Monty said he's gonna be here next show. He says 4-0 City. What's the that's City versus Tottenham, right?
Mm.
Yeah, on Thursday.
Tottenham again can do us another favor. Tottenham can do me a favor again this week. Are you mad? Now where was the game?
Etihad.
Thursday.
Huh?
Oh,
City play
Etihad?
what?
Etihad.
Yeah.
Like, let's ask for the game of them, man. So Thursday.
Yeah. So,
Yo,
where?
celebrate. Yo, I gotta start celebrate.
But you say you ask me that the
I
game
ask
play.
where
I mean, no,
I
that's
ask
what you
where
say.
is the game?
Where? It's not
Where is
where.
the game?
Okay.
And you tell me Thursday.
Thursday.
Man City, yeah. And a man want Man City to play. And they
Okay, so
asking
is
that
that
one play
Etihad?
Thursday.
Munchie says
Yeah.
4-0 City. I'm gonna go 1-1. Malai. No, Malai, 1-1. Hurricane penalty. Haaland tap it. What y'all say? Suko and Suko, but yeah, what y'all saying? Nobody said anything yet.
2-2.
City win that
2-2. I
game,
got
man. City win that game.
think City,
Tottenham is
yeah.
shit. Tottenham is shit. City win that game
All
with
right,
2-0.
2-0. Okay, so you have a 1-1, we have a 2-0, we have a 2-2, we have a 4-0 City in the comments there for Munchie. Boy, what you saying?
More expected,
Man,
more when
like,
it comes to this picture, you don't
I have
expect no.
really hatred for them, but they like to cause us headaches, right? But Tottenham can't bang me. They getting 3-1, Haaland hot shit.
All right, guys, you heard it here first. You heard it
Really,
here first. Put
really,
Haaland in. Really sure?
2 assists.
Sorry. You heard it here first, guys. Put Haaland and put Grealish into your team. For this. No, but this is a double
Oh,
game week. You can't
yeah.
change
The
it. It's
deadline
double
done
game
passed
week.
already.
Yeah, it's a double game week. My bad. Aiden saying a Mahrez hat trick.
Wow.
All right, but I love the ideal thing for Arsenal would definitely be these two. I mean, Palace beating them and what are they? And Tottenham beating City.
Mm.
Yeah.
Spurs back. 8 gonna lock up. Spurs back 8 going to lock up Haaland. I know what he's saying. Can you know Spurs? The man
Now,
just Spurs
when
back 8.
you just kick the ball at Lloris and the ball straight in the goal.
No, okay, but you guys, 2 minutes. What was Norris doing? I don't even understand how the ball going to go. I'm grateful.
I
But
heard
I
it.
don't
I
know
heard
how.
it was
The ball
left.
was a deflection in the shot. The ball come off
Yeah.
Yeah, it came off.
my boy foot. Loris was going for the ball, but the ball
Yeah.
came off 16-year-old foot and just
Mm.
go towards the
Okay,
goal.
Yeah.
I didn't see the infection. Okay, fair enough. But still,
Yeah.
like I said, you know, when we think of Tottenham, we think they're manure. That's a nice way of putting it, Cello. So Cello, what you say? Where the game playing? Thursday.
Man City play who? Man City
Love
play
it,
who on
guys.
Thursday.
Love it, guys. Thank you again, Sukwa, Cello, and Moy. Everybody who's in the comments. We had a really lovely show. See you guys again on Thursday. Hopefully, we have more surprises and good things to talk about. Guys, we'll be out Thursday night again.
Thank you for watching Island Fans. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the notification bell so you'll know when there are new videos and updates. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and like us on Facebook. Island Fans, for the passion of the game.